Hi Aries, this is wishkotheferret. Thanks for hopping into the Ferret Den where we're keeping things warm and we're keeping things cozy. Today we have a reading for you for May 22nd to May 28th. So as always, drop into your heart space, let the dust spiritually, physically, and emotionally settle around and within you so that you can determine which messages are for you and which messages are for others. And if you'll give me a minute, I'll make my own connections. I meditated prior to this video. As always, thank you, Archangel Michael, for casting your light of protection around me. And thank you to the angel guides and the spirit teams that are present and involved in helping me connect with Aries' sun, moon, and rising energy. What are the messages we have for them this week? Okay. Space for more. Oh, by golly. Okay. So I pulled 5 tarot cards for you, but Spirit's like, leave some space for more. So, all right. We'll dive into that. So I'm hearing something about gloating. And when I asked who was doing the gloating, is it the audience or is it the, or is it the other people in your life? And Spirit said, do some research. So pull some cards. That's research for me to look and see. And I'm getting the sense that it's actually you that's gloating, and it's not a bad thing. Because it seems like you're highly accomplished as a result of hard work. So whatever it is this week, you have Ace of Cups. This is the start of something new. It's almost like I'm getting a sense that you need to kind of breathe a little bit slower because perhaps you've been hustling for a little bit or you've been working very hard, and now it's almost like you have whatever this is in the palm of your hand, or that things might be going according to plan, or they're going smoothly. Maybe not smoothly for some of you, but whatever it is, it feels like things are going according to plan. So it's almost like you don't need to worry, you don't need to panic, you don't need to hit the gas pedal, and you really don't need to slow it down. Just take a few moments to breathe, because Spirit's almost like you deserve this rest, you deserve to kind of gloat. It's something that you're passionate about, it's something that you have been working towards, but Aries, you worked hard for it, because with the Ten of Wands here, it's almost like whatever this was, you've broadened your skills when you've put forth this effort. Now, usually when the Ten of Wands comes up, it does mean that you're kind of over-encumbered, if that's a word. Thanks to Skyrim for instilling that into my vocabulary, even though I Googled it, and it doesn't look like it's a word. I think it's just encumbered, but over-encumbered, meaning to carry too much. Usually, that is, like, the Ten of Wands is seen as, like, a negative sense of that, of taking on too much, or like I'm hearing like sincerely you have too many projects, or like sincerely me, the person with too many projects, is kind of what I'm hearing. So you could be someone with multiple projects. You could, Spirit's saying that there are like multiple attitudes coming to this channel of how you are viewing the kind of work that you're doing now. For some of you, it could quite literally just be, breathe it, like, just like I have too many projects and I don't know what to do with them all. Or you could be extremely passionate about it and actually be enthusiastic about it and say, oh my gosh, I want to do this. I'm so excited to be doing this much, and some of you might be dreading it. I'm just getting like different, a wide spectrum of emotions. That could also be the inner conflict within yourself too. Like on one hand, you could be excited about having so much work to do, but on the other hand, you could kind of dread it because you recognize the weight that you're carrying and that you won't be able to hold out forever with that weight. But you do have the Queen of Cups here, and I just feel like I'm just hearing steady heartbeat. So the main theme in this reading for you, the message that just keeps coming through consistently, is to steady your heart, steady your breath. It's almost like you're breathing hard because of after a long, hard day's work, or a long week, or a long time period of working yourself. And Spirit is saying, breathe, take it easy. I mean, if you have to, if this is like, then Spirit's not saying put a stopper on it. And I really don't feel like they are saying slow down, but perhaps if slowing down, if that's what it looks like to you, is just slowing down for a second, taking a look out the window. But this is for people who are working too hard, too fast. It's not like Spirit's, they're commending you for your efforts. So it's not like they're saying like, it's not like they're saying that you did like a bad thing or whatever. But anywho, we have the Knight of Cups here. Or no, let me talk about the Queen of Cups first. because the Knight of Cups is like, for whatever reason, they're kind of going hand in hand here. So the Queen of Cups is about having that steady breath, and it is the focal point of your reading. It's having a good grip on your emotions, having actually a very strong intuitive and emotional foundation as well. So not only can the Queen of Cups make decisions with a calm heart and a calm mind, but the biggest thing is she does not let her emotions control her. She actually uses them and considers them a strength, not a weakness. So emotions can, in some senses, be a vulnerability, but she sees these vulnerabilities as strength. So it's like two sides of the same coin. She recognizes the sheer power that she has in her emotions, and she uses them and displays them wisely. Okay, so that's you. It's almost like moderating your emotions, but in a way that exhibits wisdom and grace and high intuition. Okay, the Knight of Cups here follows. The Knight of Cups here, for whatever reason in this deck, it always to me indicates some other person. It could be the people around you. I feel like whatever this is, and I don't feel like this is indicating a specific gender or anything, but the Knight of Cups just, it feels like the influences around you, because like you have people around you. Like the Knight of Cups and the King of Swords are after the Queen of Cups. I feel like the Queen of Cups is you, but I feel like the Knight of Cups and the King of Swords are actually other people. So, and it feels like, let me talk about the Knight of Cups first. The Knight of Cups feels like perhaps there are other people who are around that aren't as emotionally mature as you, and it's almost like you have to navigate the playing field with these people who aren't as immature, or who aren't as mature with their emotions as you are. So perhaps you need to serve as somewhat of a, don't take it upon yourself to teach them, but perhaps that is your role. But in order to display for them what you would like to see in them, and hopefully they will conform and follow and try to adjust. And if not, at least they could, I just heard they'll leave you alone. So, you know, with the Knight of Cups, it is somebody who is like, it could be somebody who's having a hard time grappling their emotions for whatever reason. I just feel like these people can learn from you, or the people around you can learn from your leadership and your wisdom with the Queen of Cups. Now, I heard something about like these people could be terrified of you because, or like intimidated by you even because of how you carry yourself. But I do feel like a little bit of, if they're terrified of you and you want to work with them a little bit more, perhaps a little bit of a sense of connection is in order. So speaking to people throughout your life a little bit more, and opening up to them. But it's almost like because you use your vulnerability as a strength, that really kind of like wigs them out a little bit. So but that's something that they have to get over within themselves, and I wouldn't put it upon yourself. And you have the intuition to know at this point that, you know, it's not your job. It's not your job to have them get on your level, or to teach them, or to save them, or whatever it is you want to say. But you can show them. You can be on display for them and like sport your true, authentic self and say like, you know, this is me and I'm not afraid to be me, and I can do so with coolness, class, and confidence. And, you know, just even witnessing that, they don't have to take that practice into their own life, but they can still witness it and learn something from it, and it plants the seeds for them. So wherever we go, we cause a ripple effect of change. And that could be, like, I mean, it could be a good change, bad change. I mean, like, whatever. I wouldn't classify the changes as good or bad. We just change wherever we go, and we change people just by existing. And they might not be a drastic change. A lot of people don't feel that way because it doesn't feel drastic enough or anything like that. But trust me, the absence of you would make like a big difference in this person's life. But even these little changes can cause a ripple effect into something bigger in this person's life later. So I don't know. I feel like you're a heavy influence at this time too. So just, you know, keeping yourself, you know, poised and graceful. I'm not really speaking in terms of like being like a classic elegant queen, like in the stereotypical sense, but I do feel like that's the kind of regal energy you're giving off because you are so in line, right? And you have the King of Swords here too. I do feel like this is somebody else, but I just heard that this is somebody that could help you, and I don't mean that in a way that like because like the king is supposed to be like hierarchically higher than the queen. I don't think that at all. I feel like this King of Swords, whoever this is, this person respects you. I don't know. I'm getting a sense it could be a single person. It could be multiple people, but this person respects you, or these people respect you, and they're more of like the logical, analytical type. And I don't think like, because King of Swords is somebody who is like, I just heard, remember the mind. So if it's somebody who is centered around perhaps research or like a logical approach, or is a very concrete analytical thinker. They really see your Queen of Cups side and they actually admire that. And it's almost like they're looking to learn from you as well. And I also hearing that there's something you can learn from them as well. So just something to keep an eye out with. I think that's pretty cool. But it's always, I don't know, it just seems like a very nice week to be learning from other people. But let's see what else we have too. What are some, I don't know. We'll see what else. Because they said leave room for more. So we're leaving room for more here. That's y'all, that's too many cards. Don't even. Don't even. Too many cards. Try again. Try again. Yeah, I thought it was 3, and then it ended up being like 10. Oh, a perfect 3 just flipped over. All right, we'll see. There's a fly, and it likes my tea, and I think absolutely not. Sorry, y'all, I have fungus gnats in my plants at the current moment that I'm battling, and there's one that really likes my hibiscus tea. I think not. So, you have 8 of Cups, the Hierophant, and the 2 of Cups here that came out at the same time. Now, this message I'm hearing is distinct. So that means for me that all 3 of them go together and tell a story. Tarot always tells a story, but it's so interesting because with these cards coming, like these 3 are all in relation to the same thing, and they're not meant to be read separately. So the 8 of Cups here, the 8 of Cups, this is what the card looks like. The 8 of Cups is usually walking away from something in the traditional tarot, something that you've worked long and hard to cultivate. But with the Hierophant, traditionally it means, I don't know, a lot of people don't like the Hierophant, but I like the Hierophant because it's depending on the situation, it can mean many things. It can mean marriage, it can mean like structure, it could mean putting up boundaries. Whatever it is, it's something to do with traditions or legal things or just something structural. But in this deck, I just heard, come on. Okay, sorry, I'll get to it. Spirit has a funny way of communicating with me, guys, if you can't tell. You also have the 2 of Cups, which is like a soulmate connection. This could be your connection with yourself as well. So all 3 of them put together feels like it's almost like you're using your intuition and you're kind of walking away from a... Some of you could quite literally be leaving a marriage or separating from someone that you've thought to marry, because the Hierophant is a card of marriage. With the 2 of Cups, it's a soulmate card. I heard it for whatever reason in you could be someone that goes against tradition. This is a situation in which you're going against traditions. Perhaps you're leaving the tradition. So, I mean, this could even be in the form of your relationship. So this could be just like you don't have the typical or like the stereotypical relationship that your society would expect from you, and it's almost like you're seeking something beyond that. But it's something about breaking away or walking away from something already existing, or if this doesn't exist yet, then you are trying to pursue something that does not align with normal cultural expectation. But this is in terms of your relationships, if you're wanting to look for relationships at this time. But I don't know, I feel like for a lot of you, this is walking away from somebody that you once like had an affair with or something, or somebody you have a close bond with and you're just separating. So that message is very specific and for some of you, but there could be potential challenges that come up in relation to that this week. Maybe you're just dealing with something like that this week. But I don't know. I mean, I think that ultimately it's for the better, because as the outcome, you have like the Star, and the Star to me feels like, this is not really feeling like, but the Star card is about achieving your dreams, and it's almost like I'm hearing from Spirit too, like a regaining balance, which is not what this card is, but that's just what's popping into my head, so I'm going to go with it. This is almost like you need to separate from this in order to reach for the stars. And for some of you, if you're not in a relationship, like I said, this can quite literally just be walking away from what society expects of you, but you need to do this in order to fully reach your potential, and you need to do this to grab onto those stars that fully resonate with the stars that were planted into your soul before you came here, meaning like what your soul came here to do to grow, and the kinds of things that your soul came here to achieve in this lifetime. So yeah, we're going to move to your oracle now, but I feel like the channel just kind of ran silent right at that, so I feel like that was just the message. But we're going to see what's going on in your oracle. I have a fancy, this isn't a new deck, I've used this before, but I don't use it often, so I will pull the book. I'll pull the book for the descriptions, but it's Divine Circus by Alana Fairchild. And it's a very pretty deck. What do we have for our Aries collective today? Ooh, you okay, baby? So sometimes Spirit's really crude with me. I just heard smack a bitch. Or like smack a hoe. Excuse my language, but perhaps somebody does need to be smacked in your life. We'll see what this card says and maybe it relates, but if it does, I'm calling it now. So you have Steampunk Priestess. I'll show you the card here, but then I have to pull the book, and I don't know if I can do both at the same time because these cards are pretty big, so I'm going to put it down. Steampunk Priestess. Now, these descriptions are a little long, so I'll try to bear with me here. So, 1, 2, 3, trust in what you see. 4, 5, 6, the truths behind the tricks. 7, 8, 9, clarity divine. You shall see what you need to see. At the perfect moment, it shall be. Appearances can deceive. Yet when the time is right, incisive intuition slices through the illusion and the truth hits you between the eyes. That is the perception of reality behind the illusion. You know it when you experience it, and you know that you have to trust in what you see. So give yourself permission to acknowledge and accept the power of those insights. Don't talk yourself out of the truth. Intuition might only last for a second, and yet it can change the way you look at things forever, setting you on a more authentic course and allowing for changes to take place that you might have previously believed were impossible. The Steampunk Priestess comes to you when there is more to something or someone than initially meets the eye. You might need to look closer to understand what is happening, or to trust in what you are already perceiving. Even if a part of you doubts it, because the truth of the matter in such cases would be so... I'm so sorry, guys. This is broken up. Let me try that again. You might need to look closer to understand what is happening, or to trust in what you are already perceiving, even if a part of you doubts it, because the truth of the matter is this. Sorry, y'all. This sentence structure is kind of awkward, so let me try again. Even if a part of you doubts it, because the truth of the matter in such cases would be so at odds with superficial appearances. She reminds you to trust your insight, no matter how startling, surprising, or shocking that intuitive hit might be. She also brings a reminder to get focused on what matters to you. Then you won't lose precious energy by either worrying about what could go wrong or trying to sort something out in your head. When the time is right, even the most confusing situation is going to come into focus, and your understanding of the matter and what you need to do or not do will be crystal clear. Set an intention for clarity. You can do this with the healing trick below, and trust in what you see. Okay, their healing trick is really long, but since they already introduced it, I might as well bring it up. To help you take the wisdom offered and put it to the best use in your life now, do this healing trick to clear obstacles to putting this guidance to place. Be seated comfortably and rest your dominant hand, the one you used to write with, on your chest over your heart. The other non-dominant hand can lightly touch your forehead, just slightly above the center point between your eyebrows. Relax and breathe in and out several times. You might like to close your eyes for a few moments whilst you do this. When you are ready, say this aloud. My intention is clear. I see all I need to see. I free myself in heart and mind to look beyond the surface of things, to witness the deeper reality. When you are ready, relax your hands back to a resting position. If you have a particular issue you would like to see more clearly, then you can also say, the unconditionally loving eye of my heart shows me the truth in the matter of, describe your question or issue now. With gratitude and relaxation, I receive the insights I need for understanding and resolution. According to divine grace and divine timing, so be it. Now you will gaze at the oracle card and relax. Focus gently on the central circle between the two circular frames of her glasses. Imagine, feel, visualize, or pretend that it becomes filled with light and sends a beam of light into your forehead at the point just above where your eyebrows meet. If you don't have the card, I'm holding it up now, but if you don't have the card, you can just imagine one of your guides or just somebody divine in front of you doing the same thing. Imagine, feel, visualize, or pretend that you have a circular light shining in your forehead now. It feels cool and clear, open and bright, but relaxed too. You have completed your healing trick. Your job now is to trust in the insights that come to you, perhaps out of the blue or when you aren't really thinking of your issue at hand. So there's an affirmation here that says, the eye of love in my heart and the eye of light in my head show me the truths most helpful for me to see at the perfect time and in the perfect way. I feel relaxed and comfortable, trusting in what I see when I see it. Whew. Okay, sorry y'all, that was really long and hard for me to get through for some reason. Sometimes I'm not used to the sentence structure of that book. But anywho, totally need to get well versed in that. But we're going to move on to some other oracle cards that you have. So whatever is unclear, basically, in summary, whatever is unclear to you will become clear. You can use exercises such as the one provided to do that. You can also find your own way, however you gain clarity. That could be walking in nature. That could be just sitting outside. It could be plunking in headphones and walking around your room or your garage. Something about your front door. I don't know. Going out your front door and going into your garage. I don't know why that's popping in. But a nice quiet space to receive this information. So you have Sandpiper Spirit and Eagle Spirit. So with the Sandpiper Spirit, be playful. I just heard play in the sand even. So perhaps some of you, it could be beach time. And for some of you, it could be just being playful, whatever indulges, whatever makes your spirit happy, whatever gets you in a place of not being afraid of potential challenges that pop up. But there's some tension here that needs to be eased, especially with the Ten of Wands present. I don't know why that seems like a dominating card in this reading. I know you got it covered, but it's almost like Spirit is reminding you to play, because you know why? Eagle Spirit is present and Spirit has your back. And they want to let you know that. Spirit has your back. This card always pops up when I'm taking on too much by myself, or I'm not really considering that Spirit has a divine plan in things, like a divine hand, a divine plan. Sometimes I just need a reminder, and our audience does too, since the card came up in the reading. Just have a reminder that you're co-creating with Spirit. You're co-creating, that things are coming into your reality, and that they're working with their divine timing, but they are also helping present you with opportunities that you need to move forward. And they're also noticing. They know how you feel. Your guides and your angels, they're sensing how you feel, and they're trying to get you through Earth's challenges as peaceful as possible, but also without disrupting the things that you came here to learn. So it's incredibly hard, because sometimes a lot of our angst and our agony comes from our own minds, and we often make choices sometimes that we're caught in these patterns that we are meant to come here to challenge, to break out of. So Spirit is here to offer their guidance. Just be aware that they are present and have some peace in knowing that. Okay, and then one more card before we pull up some, okay, well, two, because two popped out. We have the Dragon Oracle here with Golden Atlantean Dragon, which helps you remember the wisdom of Golden Atlantis. Awaken, bring back your knowledge, gifts, and talents. Reclaim your mastery. So I'm getting the chills, and I'm like, because I in my prayer before, I had asked dragons to come through. So thank you, dragons, for helping me speak clearly on the messages of your cards. So they said they would speak through my soul. So I feel like, so what's coming up from this card, these are messages of these are past lives coming through, or these are messages of old lives that you used to live, ancient lives. They all harbor their own wisdom, and it's all kind of piling up and trying to reach the surface. It's trying to breach the surface here. So this week you might find that things that are popping into your head not only is a gift or a signal from other spirits that are trying to help you, and from your own guides and angels, ancestors, and all of that jazz, but this is also wisdom that you have learned. So if you're finding yourself stuck in patterns, perhaps you have already, perhaps you have led a lifetime where it's always okay, so I do want to say, I just heard remember it costs you. So perhaps this is actually something that you learned in this life too. If you're finding yourself caught in a pattern, or if you're finding yourself needing to take, I just heard you need to take a break. So perhaps some of you have a workaholic pattern going on, that maybe I'm not going to say, so I really hate to say there's a big thing in the spiritual community now about taking negative things from past lives and needing to release them in this life. It is not this lifetime's job to release everything from a past life. So Spirit's kind of telling me, don't bring it in if it's not necessary. And that's true for this. Don't bring that necessary, I wouldn't say garbage, but you will have more lifetimes to sort this stuff out. So you don't have to do it all today. You don't have to do all the self-work today, first of all. Second of all, the stuff that's coming through right now, it's remember what this costs you. And I feel like this is something that, like, you've kind of aged out of something. So perhaps once upon a time, this served you. Whatever this pattern was, it served you, but it's almost like you grew out of it, and now you have no need. You don't have to live like that anymore. So you have drive to do other things, and you have drive to live differently. And it's almost like you can make a different decision now. So just making sure that you're keeping an eye on what's coming up from the soul, because there is something awakening from within. Not only something that you've probably learned from this lifetime, but I don't want to say you fully broke the pattern in the last life, but perhaps in like previous lifetimes you have also encountered the same deal. And this is probably in your lifetime is not the first time you've encountered this cycle. And it will take roundabout trips in multiple lifetimes sometimes to heal or to break something, like to break out of a pattern or to heal from something. And I feel like perhaps in a previous life you were successful with it, but it's just something that might not have been fully integrated into your soul yet, and maybe that's why you're working on some of it now. You also have another dragon companion here. It's Earth and Water Dragon, creates the foundation for new growth. A fresh start is coming with new opportunities. Nurture your ideas and harvest the abundance. I just heard, like, you can do this. You can do this new start that you're dreaming for yourself. I just heard that it fits you very well. It's a perfect fit, actually. As perfectly imperfect as it may seem, it fits you. And this new start that you're feeling inspired to put into practice, or perhaps even if it was just an idea that float by and you're like, how the hell am I going to make that happen? Right? I feel like that's what you're doing this week, is you're working on putting it into practice, or at least you're trying to put forth a plan to try to establish some type of foundation so that spirit can start sending you opportunities once you get that settled. And they're helping you do everything. They're helping you put like the bricks in place. Like, it's like I literally see the foundation of a house being built. So for some of you, this could be a legacy that you're working on building. This could be something that stands the test of time and lasts through generations. This could even be something that even just lasts your lifetime and that builds a home for other people. Like, it's some type of structure that even after you pass, not a physical one, but something that will still have an effect even after you pass. So whatever that be, take what resonates with that. Your angel dice here to close out your reading, 8, 9, 6. It's important to take some time to review the inspiration and ideas that have been coming to you recently. They are gifts from your soul. What did I just say, guys? Okay, let me say it one more time, because I always say these messages twice. It's important to take some time to review the inspiration and ideas that have been coming to you recently. They are gifts from your soul. I told you, your soul learned something in previous lifetimes and is now giving you ideas and inspiration and things, and also things about challenges and lessons too, that could help you live the way that you want to live or achieve your dreams. Okay? Dang. Okay, Aries, with that being said, that was your reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to channel for you, and thank you to your spirit energies and my spirit energies for helping me channel that message. As always, if you like my style, if you like my vibe, and if you think I'm cool and cute, go ahead and like and subscribe and all the things. It really helps the channel grow. And yeah, it helps me get to where I want to be. And I have a Patreon launching soon, so keep an eye out for that. I'm slowly introducing my ferrets into the community tab. So yeah, all the things. I hope you have the best week, Aries, and I'll see you next time. Bye.